Hello and welcome to DC Figures and Collectibles. My name is Tyler G of Batman Figs on Instagram, Batman TAS Figs on YouTube. I am joined, as always, by my co-host all the way from Stoke-on-Trent, England, and you can find him on Instagram at the.batfan. His name is Scott. Scott, how you doing?
Hello, Tyler at Batman Figs. Yes, I'm doing good, thank you. Yeah, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. It's been a while since we got to address just each other.
It's very unusual that you can actually see both our cameras in full, which is going to be a shame for some viewers to see our ugly mugs in full. But yeah, no, looking forward to getting back to some episode reviews, next DC Collectibles release review, and we've got a lot to talk about. We can talk about loads of stuff in a bit more depth than we did previously with Simon of that Batman Animated Fan, which was a blast. It's been weird, hasn't it? Not doing pre-show for a couple of weeks, but we've had some brilliant guests.
I haven't addressed you directly in 4 shows.
Yeah, it's very strange, but yeah, it's been a blast to have some cool guests on. So yeah, you can go and check out the previous few guests, which will be on the right-hand side of this, I would imagine.
Yeah, we got to balance it out from just talking about ourselves and our own photos. We've smashed at some guests and some good ones, some high profile, some returning, new one. So it was a good variety.
Yeah, absolutely. We couldn't have had 4 more different people. We got a Hot Toys collector. We got an account with 3 different photographers on, which is awesome. We've had Cult of the Batman, which is amazing to have on, and then Simon with his drawings as well. So yeah, couldn't have had 4 more different guests, which is great.
Yeah, and he basically did like a Bob Ross for us and did a whole artwork while we talked.
Yeah.
And it's cool seeing as he said, it was therapeutic for him to do like the drawing and stuff. I can see how it's therapeutic just to see him do shading, and it's interesting to see that come to life. So that was cool.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, it's fantastic because like the whole build-up process of it must take freaking ages. We've shown us all the layers of how he builds up a photo, which is just insane. But
and the planning of it to be in 3 different stages, but each framed up.
Absolutely,
that's crazy.
Like, Simon's art's ridiculous. I've even got art on my wall from.
That is a beauty. That's a huge feat.
That's my favourite that he's done, I've got to say. Love that picture. But yeah.
Well, and speaking of not getting to talk to each other a lot of time, how have you been doing? How have your photos been doing? You got any new stuff?
New stuff? No, actually. No, to be honest. At least I can't think of it if I've brought any. The only thing I have brought, and I bought this like sort of 10 days ago, but it's still not arrived yet. I bit the bullet and got the Mezco Commissioner Gordon.
You teased that.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed at myself for buying that. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to it. Actually, the other thing I have bought is a very strange thing. It's been in a couple of my pictures now. I bought a really cool lamp that lights up.
And
it's very, very strange to show you this. But yeah.
And then your Batman picture.
It's cool. It really catches the light of something that I know we use a lot, atmosphere aerosol. When you put that in the background of a figure and spray the aerosol between it and the figure, light rays catch it fairly nicely. In fact, actually, I've just put it back, and there is a figure I've brought. It's just this guy. It's not very exciting.
But the Gaslight Batman too. And you teased that in the Cult of Batman episode too.
Yeah, and I've put it like a pin at the back of his cape to make it sit in a little bit nicer. But yeah, he's quite a nice figure, only £10, so I couldn't pass that up.
And you get the beautiful Lex Luthor head that you can put on anybody.
Yes, no, and this is the interesting part, and I was going to ask you about this because you've got the Hugo Strange body on him, haven't you? I know Lewis has got the Alfred body, the Damn Select bodies these are. I can't find a body that fits for him, so I might have to have a look around and see if I can get something. I might just buy like a Tony Stark figure and bin his head and then put him on a Stark body or something like that. But yeah, it's a fantastic head sculpt that Luthor head is, isn't it? It's brilliant.
Oh yeah, and you could even use it besides the cool figure that you could build a figure where he's like a Superman and where he's like a good guy. You could just literally put him on like you said. There's a bunch of different people using different suited bodies for that Lex Luthor. It captures it perfectly. Even if it's a little bit smaller, you could have a big. He's Lex Luthor. Big ball. It looks good.
Because you've got the full figure, haven't you, for that Superman?
Oh yeah, you even have the alternate version, the alternate head where he has like the Dark Side headpiece.
Yeah,
which looks awesome.
It's fantastic. That figure looks brilliant.
I was lucky to get that one. I think that's when Target had all the DC Multiverse accidentally marked at $5, so I was making out.
It's coming like a big stack of multiverse figures.
That's coming out every
walking
day
out.
like that.
Brilliant.
That was like a prime time for collecting for me.
So you've been picking up any new collectibles or figures lately?
I mean, not really. I looked. I actually went to a Target the day before. We went to like a thing where you had to be in a line outside, and they only let so many people in. I think I was like the last time you were able to do that, and I went in, and the only thing I saw new was Marvel stuff, which it was like for the Black Widow movie that was supposed to be out, but it's not out.
Yeah.
But,
I wonder if they're going to push collectibles back for that, because we've seen all the new Wonder Woman multiverse stuff. Now that's not coming out till August, but they were coming out in May, weren't they? So I shouldn't imagine it would affect it. I mean, there's nothing to hide now. We've seen everything, so
that's just good. Yeah, that's news to me. Like what you just said, that they moved it back due to the movie being moved back too. That's.
I can't see it coming out in August anyway. I think it's going to be later than that. It's probably going to be like Christmas time or something stupid like that now.
Unless they just go full on out like the new Trolls movie did and just do the home premiere thing, where they're trying to make a big deal to release it at home.
Isn't Birds of Prey coming to
it's out.
home video? Is it out now? I might have to have a look at that.
It's available to rent and all that.
Birds of Prey is a pretty good movie, even though it didn't do very well. It's the worst financial-wise, the worst DC movie that they've done in a long time, isn't it? Which is crazy. It's definitely not the worst movie.
And they spent so much on special effects, like just for that hyena alone. I don't know.
Do feel bad for them, because they it is a good movie. It's not a great movie, but it's a good movie.
I think it got bad press. The people trying to say that it was like a feminist movie, when in reality it was just it's just a movie that's stuck to the main stuff. And I think some people started on that. They didn't want to be preached to, but it was perfectly fine to me. I feel bad for them that they lost so much money, but luckily Joker made so much that hopefully it evens out.
Yeah, they won't care about that.
That's why they probably really want Todd Phillips to do a second one.
Yeah, I was surprised when looking through it how well Suicide Squad did compared to how it gets reviews. Like, people don't enjoy it, but it took so much money compared to Birds of Prey, which is crazy. I suppose that's the Will Smith effect, but
you fool people twice sometimes.
Yeah, no, that's true.
People are getting wiser. They can only take so many Terminator reboots before they stop going.
Oh, it's true, that is.
But in terms of photography, let's get into some stuff that we haven't got to speak on yet. This is just a great photo, great dio, shows the space, shows all the Bat family, and you even switch it up from what most people would do with a Nightwing and use the blue figure and use the red figure from the Capullo Snyder era.
Yeah, I like to use the red one because it's more sort of in keeping with the rest of the costumes of the Bat family, and it just seems to fit better with the rest of them. I would like to get maybe a black suit Batman to go with them, just so it looks all like uniform together. But all of these figures are amazing. I sold the DC Icons Superboys set and got this Robin instead from DC Collectibles. I prefer this Robin. He's a little bit taller, so he fits in scale better. And I just like the cape on it. I think the sculpting on the cape's amazing. And
it is the cape all yellow.
Yeah, it is. It is, and I love when they do sculptings on capes, especially DC Collectibles. They do a magnificent job of it. They really do. Rather than just like a boring cape coming down, it's like on, I don't know, the Arkham figures, old Arkham figures, like the Arkham City Batman, and you've got. Let me just grab this figure just to give you an example of what I mean. But I love it when they sculpt capes properly. So like this figure here, where they've got the sculpting the cape around there, and it comes around here. Yeah. It just looks fantastic. It looks really cool, and I love that they did that with this Robin figure, the Damian Wayne one. Yeah, it looks fantastic, and the rest of the figures are outstanding as well. Absolutely fantastic.
And it's a bunch of different variety of figures, and I also like on the Damian, the cape, he has the bat scallops. So because he's Batman's son, he gets to wear the scallops. I like.
Yeah. It's not.
And the only one that's not wearing red is Batman.
Yeah.
Batgirl's red hair, but Batman has no red.
Yeah, I was looking around for a new Batgirl. I wanted like a grey suit to match Batman. And I did see the DC Collectibles Unmasked Barbara Gordon Batgirl, but she's a bit too expensive. And anyway, I mean, you're not going to get a better figure than that Arkham Knight Batgirl. She's outstanding, so I just put her in instead because she's perfect.
Isn't that Robin expensive? I remember seeing him back in the day. He was a more pricey Damian figure because he was one of the rare rookie ones at that time.
I was lucky that I picked him up loose. I think it was only like 15 quid or something like that, so I was quite lucky. But yeah, if you want a box one, you're talking quite a bit of money, to be fair. But yeah, all these figures are absolutely amazing. The Batwoman's fantastic, and I do love the Robin. I like the Greg Capullo one, but the only problem with the Greg Capullo one is Nightwing. I mean, the Greg Capullo Nightwing. You can't really make him walk. You'll know this, but the legs don't close enough to make it like a walking pose. His legs are constantly like spread out. It's really weird.
But also you're using the new Tim Drake Robin, looking fresh up there. He's got his bow staff as well.
He's fantastic. I've contemplated getting the Kingdom Come Mattel DC Universe Classics Red Robin instead of this guy, but I think this guy's fantastic. I can't really replace him. He's too cool, isn't he? And yeah, fits in nicely scale wise with the rest of these. So. And
the Batwoman figure is definitely better than the show. That's for sure.
Agreed. Yeah. So it's funny. My dad, my dad said, "Oh, I watched that premiere of Batwoman yesterday." Oh yeah. What did you think of it? He goes, "It was absolutely shit."
That's perfect.
That's literally what he said. I was like, "Yeah, pretty much. That's a CW for you." I think he was expecting me to defend it. I was like, "No, not defending that. It's shit. It is terrible."
The best thing is to watch people react to it and just absolutely laugh their heads off. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about Birds of Prey. Then now it's not overly womany, and Batwoman. From what I've seen of it, so I can't fully judge, but from what I've seen of it, it does seem overly sort of, overly sort of woman champion, sort of man-hatey.
And they just try to make Batman look bad at every turn on there.
Oh, I do you know what? Funnily enough, I said that to my dad. I said, I hate how in all these spin-off shows, Batman has to go missing for all these years. Like, Batman would never do that. Yeah.
He failed. He let people die. He ran away. It's like, my God.
That's the only thing that I don't like about the Dark Knight trilogy as well, how between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, he goes missing for like 8 years. Batman wouldn't do that.
And he would grow a better beard than that.
Yeah, and he wouldn't walk around Wayne Manor limping with a cane for 8 years. That's his Batman Beyond days.
That's some robotic legs or something. Now, this is a cool shot just because this figure, he never gets his due, even though it's a well-done figure. And we're lucky just to have something from the Bruce Timm, like an Aquaman figure. Yeah. And also, people tend to hate him because he's not in the original lineup. You always get the comments.
You do, yeah, that's true.
But this is a well-done figure post. And also, I just like that you included this figure. Is that Mera?
Yeah, it is, yeah. From Justice League War, I think. Or at least from that universe anyway. But yeah, I'd always like to display, you can probably see it right in the corner up there. Aquaman's right at the end of the Justice League shelf, just to give those people that don't like me doing that, just to annoy them. But yeah, no, he's a brilliant figure, and Mira's a great figure as well. She's a little bit taller than Aquaman, so I had to sort of fudge the scale a little bit. But she kind of fits in all right, look-wise, and like the paint and stuff like that fits in quite nice. So
does.
Had this photo for ages. So when I did this photo, I'd only just watched the Enemy Below episode, so I was like, I'm going to do a photo on it. It's such a good episode, and yeah, I had that for ages.
You lost the momentum after you took it?
It's one of them where I was trying to do a picture for each episode, not on purpose to like do an episodic sort of thing like that you do, for example, but I just wanted to do a picture for each episode and just upload them over time, but I just was smashing through the episodes that much I couldn't keep up.
That's understandable for me.
Yeah.
This is nice seeing different Justice Leaguers. Batman's not in there for once.
Yeah, Batman's been evicted from it.
He's been the Batman ban, the embargo.
Yeah, true.
This is a lovely picture. Just the scene alone is nice and peaceful, and also there's a very nice survival suit Batman. A lot of people cite that as one of their favorite or coolest looking Batman figures.
Yeah,
Zero Year.
You always get those questions: is that a custom figure? Like, no, it isn't. And it's a fantastic figure. I genuinely think it's one of the best Batman figures they've ever made. DC Directs, it's unreal. It really is, and the detail's fantastic. I love the rope that it comes with. I bought a couple of them over time to get some more rope pieces with the chain because it looks so cool. And this is when me and my dad went out at I think we went out about 6 a.m. This is when we went to the Roaches, same place I did the Nightmare Batman picture a few weeks ago. And we've got a few more pictures to do for an upcoming theme that I'm going to use. So yeah, we've got a few more of those to go.
His ropes are very cool. Looks like he's going to go spelunking. He's also got the purple gloves, which are always cool to see.
Yes. Yeah, I did all the purple gloves. They look really cool, especially on this figure. They're not connected to the... I never know what to caption for these things sometimes. I always like to put a location in there, though. It just gives it a bit more sort of depth to the picture.
I always enjoy that. And this is a very cool shot, just showing off the accessories of the Mayfex, especially. And your new Alfred.
Do you know what? This was for the Dark Knight trilogy theme we did in it. I think this is one of my favourite themes we've done. It was just so much fun to photograph these figures. So teased the Alfred for a while and finally did a picture of him. He's so cool and fits in really, really well with the Mayfex figures, even though he's only a budget Mattel figure, which is crazy. Look at how cool that Alfred is for, the basic Mattel line. It's just awesome.
It looks like he's giving sage advice.
Yeah, good old patronising English advice. That Mayfex.
Best thing is how you captured this.
So that's from the Movie Masters Survival Batman, the first one that they did, the Spelunking Batman. Yeah, so when I brought the Mayfex Batman Begins figure, the guy I brought it from just included that in it. I don't know, so it was really kind of him. He put that mask into it, and it's awesome. It's just a little rubber 1/12 scale mask that he wears, and you can actually fit that mask over the figure that is in that picture, and it does actually fit okay. I might have to do a picture of that actually, but it does actually fit okay.
Oh, it would be epic if you did that thing when the stapler's a gun.
Yeah, I need to find a 1/12 scale stapler now. I'll have to have a look at that. But I mean, that suit looks awesome. Yeah, I bought a cape as well from the guys from at OT Customs, and I bought a Batman Begins cape from him, which is on the way in the post. I can't wait to get it because it looks freaking amazing. So looking forward to that. The
post doesn't shut down before you get it. This is a very cool shot as well, showing off your new Scarecrow figure, which you teased a little bit out here on the show, and you're showing one of the coolest accessories off very nicely here with the lighter.
Oh yeah, the light is brilliant, and the Scarecrow head sculpt is fantastic as well. It's really accurate, and yeah, it's just a really cool figure. And this one was fun to set up. Batman took a while to balance, but the fire kept knocking him over when I was trying to put all the fire around him, and just sort of beamed a light from overhead, put a red light coming in from the side, and then sprayed some atmosphere aerosol around just to give it a bit of mist. It was good fun doing pictures like that. I love using diorama pictures. I can see why you enjoy the more practical dioramas and stuff like that, because I mean all your shots are practical, but coming away from using screen backgrounds and using dioramas more, it is a lot more fun, and you can do a lot more with them as well.
It's nice to see you use them more. I even like that there's a little camera up there in the corner. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so freaking cool. And how is the Jonathan Crane head sculpt on this guy?
It's good, actually. Yeah, it is actually really good. Mayfex sometimes have a sort of... They can be quite dodgy because they're sort of printed on rather than painted on. The head sculpts are, so they can be a little bit strange, but that one, fantastic. All the Batman Dark Knight stuff is amazing that they do. It really is.
This is a beautiful shot, staying in that weekend theme of the Dark Knight trilogy. And this is a Bullethead Studio Heath Ledger Joker. We've discussed them like in length at one episode. They're a new company, and they're like a Mezco or Soap Studios. And your Joker pictured with this definitely prove that it's a quality figure. It's a tempting one to get. That's for sure. It's
perfect with the Mafex figures as well. Like sometimes, although the 1/12 scale, it can be a little bit varied. It's like Mezco. I swear Mezco are a little bit bigger than 1/12. I really do, because they're more sort of, I don't know. They're just slightly bigger. Like bigger than the 6 inch.
You got a great view of them over your head.
Yeah, literally above my head. But the Mafex ones are kind of smaller. And this being a 1/12 scale figure, the Bullethead, I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger, but it isn't. It's the same size as the Mafex, like identically. Like if you put Batman alongside Joker, they're literally the same height, which is perfect. So they fit in pretty nicely with one another. And the coat that he comes with is amazing. I love the coat. It fits on the Jack Nicholson Joker custom that I've done as well. Yeah, I stole it back from. Jack Joker, and it looks so cool, that Bullethead Joker does, and comes with cool accessories. So the shotgun's amazing. It looks brilliant. I love displaying him with the shotgun.
Did this paper come with it, or is this a custom made?
No, this is something I've been doing. I've just been printing off some newspapers, and then like some of them are bleaching tea, and just to give it a bit more of a realistic effects. And some of them I'll after printing them, I'll crinkle them up a little bit to just make it look like it's been like choked in an alley or something.
Well, it looks great.
Thank you.
And then we always have to touch on this because these are always great when you do them. It's a treat. And this is a Justice Lord shot.
Yeah. So this day I just finished watching the first series of JLU when they fight Lex Luthor, and he turns into Lexiac at the end, and they fight the Justice Lord robots. So I thought I would like this picture as a little nod to it. But they're absolutely phenomenal set of figures. These are it's crazy to think they're nearly 20 years old, some of these figures, but yeah, they're amazing.
It's cool seeing the alternate version of Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He looks really cool. The Batman looks all. I think Batman, Manhunter, and Superman are the two best looking out of all of those.
Hawkgirl's not bad. Wonder Woman looks more like Wonder Girl.
She does actually. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. Yeah. Flash looks kind of weird. Looks like Reverse Flash, doesn't he, as well?
Is that he's officially called Flash in that?
Yeah.
Yellow. That's bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Now, here's a rare figure that I only saw people starting to get after you got them somehow. But this is it's a hard one to find. This is from the downloadable content from the game.
It is, yeah. It's from the Cold Heart DLC. This figure is made by V-Toys for a very, very limited time. It was made in Malaysia, I believe. I picked it up from a Malaysia toy retailer. It took ages to find, but managed to get one in the end, and they were very kind to ship over to the UK. It's an epic figure. It really is. One of my favourite Batman figures that I've owned, and it just looks so cool. Like the accuracy is amazing, considering it's their first figure they've made. And to be honest, I think it might be their only figure they'll make, if I'm honest. So I took it to the car park where I used to work, and a bit of atmosphere aerosol, and just
really
pretty simple picture.
I guess you could say it's simple, but it's a very cool shot with the lines and the lights, and I guess I would never thought it was added atmosphere aerosol, so that's cool to see how that plays out in outdoor setting.
Yeah, it just grains the lights a little bit in the back, and then put a really low aperture on it, so it just sort of blurs the lights out a little bit. So,
and this is also a cool shot for showing off the full figure, because I never saw the little claws on the feet at the bottom are really hanging
Yeah,
up,
that
so
looks
he's not
fantastic.
flipping around on ice.
It can make it tricky to stand up sometimes if you're doing walking poses. Like that was tricky to make him stand, but managed to just about get it right in the end.
Man, it looks awesome.
It just looks so aggressive. The figure does. I love the orange on it as well. They painted the orange in a perfect colour, because sometimes it can be like if they paint it a bit too dark or don't put enough sort of thickness of the paint on, you can't see it at all, but you can actually see it all right on that.
I love this comment. How do I get this? Wasn't it limited? Shocking that DC Direct never made one. McFarlane.
Yeah, McFarlane should. I hope they do make some more DC game figures. Obviously, we've got the Arkham Asylum, Batman and Joker coming out, so it offers encouragement, and the fact that it's in the same scale is good.
I could never pass this up.
That was a pretty boring one, that one. Yeah, I just haven't uploaded a picture of him in a while, so I thought I'd just do a team shot.
It's never boring seeing
this. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a team shot of the Bat family.
This is a great shot showing off the light that you just showed us.
Yeah, so this is what I was kind of saying about it. It just glows a little bit with the aerosol behind it. And you've got a little bit of camera glare as well. Lens glare off the corner of the light there, which is all right. But yeah, went back to the 89 head on this Batman. And I took the wires out of the first bit of the cape. So the cape has got like 5 wires going through it. It's got one down the centre of the back of the cape. 2 either side. In fact, I'll just grab the figure to explain it a little bit more easily, if I can reach from here. So it's got a wire that goes down the back of the centre of the cape, 2 wires either side, then 1 wire either side of the front. So I decided to take the wires out the front, and it just drapes down quite nice. And at the front, I can put the wires back in if I want, but yeah, it just drapes down quite nice instead of flaring out everywhere.
And the Returns head is back on.
Yes, put the Returns head back on because it's just so awesome. Yeah, well, it's phenomenal.
It's a great shot, and I think just the perfect amount of atmosphere. It definitely looks like it'd be on the set.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it as sort of black and white as possible with only a tiny bit of colour, because that's basically what they use for the entire film. Yeah.
And then there's this, which is a great shot of some figures that don't get enough love, especially that Harley in the back.
Yes, she's a great figure. I still can't believe we got a Quinzel figure. It's amazing. Yes, got Victor Zsasz in the background with the Long Halloween Commissioner Gordon. I love that tactical suit that he's wearing on that figure. It's brilliant. It reminds me of the Dark Knight movie when he's got the tactical vest. Yeah. It's fantastic figure, that one.
Extreme sets?
Yes, extreme sets. Been trying to do a bit more extreme sets pictures. Got loads more to come, especially the Street Dio.
And then here's a shot of your favorite McFarlane figure so far.
Yeah.
Batman's ready to take on the fight too. He's in his armor.
Yeah. 3 of my favourite McFarlane figures they've done so far. I think Superman's number 1, then maybe Hellbat number 2, and GL number 3.
That's actually perfect that you had those in the shot too. I like that you did that, because that would be. I would definitely have the 2 of those in my top 3, especially the Green Lantern and the Hellbat.
Yeah, Hellbat's just so sick, isn't he? I love all the lines on him that light up. So I put a red, light on. The red light is literally just behind Superman. You can't see it in the picture, but I did that, and that so that Batman got all lit up in the armor, and just nicked the DC Universe Ultra Green Lantern accessory. That's like that big long Green Lantern.
He's holding down the feet.
Yeah, and Superman's punching the crap out of Darkseid. Yeah.
Is he unleashed, or is he holding back?
He's about to unleash.
Now this is so awesome, because this is brand new. Some of the latest Batman animated series content that was just released, and this is from some of the opening scenes of the newest comic, the first release. And we do get to see Bane, and Batman takes him down pretty easily.
Yeah.
This is an awesome shot, especially using the accessory.
Yeah, well, when we were discussing it just before we were about to do the picture the next day, I was like, I've got to do this because it's the only I can do it spoiler free, and I got an idea with using the Batman v Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle little sort of accessory for it. What is it meant to be, like a medical, like a test tube thing, isn't it, with like a syringe? But yeah, I decided to use that for a replacement for a dart. It took ages to set up this one. It doesn't look like it, I know, but it took bloody ages to do.
I bet just trying to get the proper like hand position for the tube coming out of his head took a while.
It's weird, like so you have to kind of. I had to kind of decide on an angle for this one before I set the picture up, because the gargoyle originally I had on the right hand side of Batman as you look at the picture, or his left hand side, and it didn't look quite right. So I had to move, because obviously the picture I had to put more sky in, and then it just looked really weird. Like Batman was really small, and the gargoyle looked massive. So I'd pull the gargoyle back a little bit, and then put the ladder the other side instead, so it looks a little bit better than it did before. But yeah, it's just about throwing all the accessories within the framing of the picture that was tricky. But and Bane's leg broke as well while I was doing this, which is fuming. His knee. I literally picked him out of the box. I went to bend his knee, and his knee fell off. So yeah, that went well.
I'm looking at mine right now and see
it. I'm not surprised though that the weight of his torso compared to his knees. Bane skips leg day quite a lot.
He broke himself.
Yeah, great figures, and it's great to see the comic back as well. I actually need to say thank you to Simon, because I downloaded the DC Comics app and got the comic on there for 99p. I've read through all that again. It's so cool. They can't recommend the app enough, because as you tap through it, it like zooms in on some bits of the comic, zooms out again on the whole page. It's just amazing.
Does it show the bubbles like the way it should be read too?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's ingenious, especially for people that haven't read comics before and don't know how to read it right.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's absolutely fantastic.
So that's a way to keep the comic book industry alive.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we're on to a weird weekend for you.
Very.
I'm sure it's a little easier for Lewis because he's got a lot of Disney stuff.
Yes.
But this is going to be interesting for you. And you also have didn't you just post a Roblox page?
I just posted a Bionicle picture as well. Yeah.
Bionicle, yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I did it.
Showing up here. There it is.
It was very, very weird doing a Bionicle picture, but I really enjoyed it.
Did it justice.
Thanks. Yeah, that's really kind. It's really weird, but I love these, especially this particular range of the Bionicles. The Toad Matter figures are just so cool.
Those comments cool too.
Yeah, these are original Bionicles, and I remember playing the game as well on PS2. Oh, it was so good, so good. Absolutely magnificent. I was rewatching a run through of the game about a month ago, because I owned all of these Bionicle figures apart from, I think it was Patu and Kopaka. So I watched the game again, and I brought those two off the back of that because I just loved it so much. And then I've been waiting to do this picture for ages, and this was the perfect excuse to put it in this theme. So it's an ABDC theme, so anything but DC, which is very difficult.
But so far, I'm really enjoying this because it's a mystery seeing what you're going to post next.
Thank you. They're not going to be very popular, but I hope people just enjoy seeing something different, because it is kind of nice to break out of that DC shell every now and then.
By the comments, you can see that people are enjoying, especially the people that had this as a kid. It looks like it's a super nostalgic post for them.
Yeah, I know. Toy Pile, it's a good mate, and Toy Snap as well. Toy Snap as well. He was like saying, "Oh, it's very nostalgic," and yeah, that's really kind of people. And I thought it was just remind people of what toys we had when we were kids, other than some Batman. And yeah, we did a Spider-Man picture as well. I'm going to watch the Spider-Man trilogy with my dad as well this week, so looking forward to watching that again.
And this is from that dial where you had the whole Bat family. It's just a little bit closer up, and there's right.
Yeah, I was putting a New York newspaper in there as well, and a little bit of aerosol.
Battle of NY.
But yeah,
and he's always got that pose. No alternate hands back in the day.
No, it's mad though, isn't it? Like that figure's nearly 20 years old. And he's got better articulation than most figures that are around now. It just looks phenomenal.
Better ab crunch than the motorcycle Batman.
Yeah, take notes. Like Toy Biz did a cracking job with that figure, and DC Collectibles need to have a look at it. But yeah, fantastic set of figures. Those ones. Actually, I forgot to mention that. I did forget to mention one. Sorry, I'll say again.
Oh, so we're still in the middle of your theme with the Bat Collector, where you guys are anything but DC. So we still got some great pictures to look forward to.
Yeah, a few more to come. I actually brought this figure as well. I forgot to mention. You can't really see it very well there.
And you have the Goblin.
Yeah, got the Goblin as well. So I couldn't resist buying it. No, I don't have him in hand. He's on the way, which I'm very much looking forward to.
That one has finger articulation.
Yeah, he's an awesome figure. Yeah, he's an absolutely awesome figure, that one. And as is this.
Ah, yes. I think a good clean shot of that guy.
Yeah, he's a terrific figure. And the Dio backdrop that he comes with is amazing.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Hopefully, Soap Studios gets better with those backdrops and makes them less glossy.
Yeah.
It is that they include that.
Yeah, it's a fantastic figure, that one. I'm in the shot again here. I need to get out of the way. I can't get out of the way. Let me close my... Let me close this. This may help. There we go. That's a little better. So yeah, fantastic Soap Studio Joker that one is. And I love the head sculpt on that. It looks perfect.
Yeah, and the other head sculpt isn't bad either for Heath Ledger. For some reason, Heath Ledger head sculpts are difficult. Bullet head is pretty.
To be honest, like the Mayfex ones aren't the greatest. I'd love to see someone like Mezco have a crack at a Heath Ledger head. Yes, yeah. I think the Soap Studio and the Bullet Head are the two of the stronger ones out of all that have been made. I love this shot, by the way. Hardly ever see any pictures of these figures anymore. I'm guilty of not taking enough pictures of them, but this picture is fantastic.
Yeah, I felt bad because just like we felt bad when we were looking at like the Creeper and some other cool. Oh, Tim Drake. I looked at this. I was like, I never do pictures of this, and I know a lot of people love this, and it's hard to get Tupac. So I'm like, I gotta take a picture.
It's like the total conscience.
It feels simple. I just had.
That's not gone well for me. Half my shelf has just fallen over. But yes, fantastic figure and fantastic set those are. Yeah, Doomsday is so well detailed, and he's got so many aggressive spikes on him and everything. It just looks so cool.
And a rare time where DC Direct / Collectibles included a lot of accessories.
Yes, I know, absolutely. They should have done more sets like this. Well, they should have done more icons, full stop, really. But they should have done more sets like this for sure, because it's just such a detailed and fantastic set. Like that rock accessory, I can't explain how many times I've actually used that in a picture. It's ridiculous.
It's like the poison ivy chemicals.
Yeah, no, it is. It's in virtually every picture. Those ones are.
And that's the main reason a lot of collectors get figures too, is for the accessories.
It is. And speaking of accessories, this accessory is from the Mutant Leader figure. Yeah. Fantastic picture. This is kind of what inspired as well to get that Gaslight Batman. It's so cool. I love the smoke, how it's rising up above
that was a fun one to figure out the light correctly to make it seem like it was fire coming from the light.
Yeah, I love the sort of like the claustrophobicness of the picture. Like it reminds you of like a London street, like he's hunting down the Ripper and stuff like that. I don't know, it just looks really cool.
Well, that's a good compliment because you actually live there, so you would know. Not in London, but
yeah. To be fair, where we live is quite similar. I always say to you, like, if you ever visit here, it is like Gotham, where like the city near I live. It's hard to explain, but it really is. But yeah, it's fantastic.
That's like Wayne Manor with that castle.
Yeah, I can't wait till quarantine's over to go out and do some more pictures there. But yeah, it's fantastic picture, this one. I love all the red. What lighting did you use for that? And was it tricky to do?
From my old box that my parents got from China, there was like this orange silk cloth in there, and I just used that with a regular light to get the orange effect.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, and so I had to put that light directly over the torch just to give it any kind of semblance like it was coming from the torch. And yeah, I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad it picked up the atmospheric aerosol well too.
Yeah.
That's always the biggest wonder.
Do you know, having this time off is the only good thing that has come out of it. Really, is that I can now use aerosol properly, or kind of.
Oh, it's definitely you can notice it.
Thank you. It's difficult though, isn't it, to get the right lighting? Because if you put too much lighting on it, then the light just completely beams through it, and you can't see any of the smoke. So, yeah.
Then you feel like you wasted the can.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's a fantastic picture, that one is, though. I really like that.
Thanks.
Absolutely epic. Where is the next one? This one, I really enjoyed seeing all the Suicide Squad back together as well. These are all the DC Multiverse figures too, right?
Yeah, all the DC Multiverse minus Harley, but yeah, because for some reason, even though she's the most popular, they did her the most dirty. Like, she looks so bad.
Yeah, she does.
That Diablo looks well, and even the Cat the Boomerang is passable from far. But
yeah.
Harley is the best.
I really like Diablo, and I really like Croc as well. Croc looks really good.
That was a struggle to finally finish him, but thanks to a guy that's not even on Instagram anymore. I remember putting out a story asking if anyone had it, and I would trade stuff, and he just sent me the rest for free, and then he went off Instagram. So thank you if you're watching.
That's kind. Yeah, that's awesome. But I do like that Diablo. He's a really cool looking figure.
Yeah, except for I had to get him loose because I didn't want to pay too much for him. He only came with the flame hand, so that's why his hands are being hidden.
Oh, I see. Right, okay.
Try to make it look at 10 grand.
Yeah, he looks awesome though. Yeah,
really is a nice picture. I feel like the bottom half minus the jacket is like the Lex Luthor figure.
True, actually, that is true. That yeah. If you put that head sculpt though on like a default Mezco body or something, it'd look pretty cool.
It would.
Yeah, fantastic shot.
Maybe the soap studios, maybe.
All right, so this one was really good fun seeing. So you told me that you were going to recreate one of Simon's artworks, which you can check out on his page, one of his original. Actually, no, it was a cover copy that he did, wasn't it? For that, and you said you were going to have a go at recreating it. I think you did a cracking job. It's a fantastic shot, this one.
Thank you. And I debated a few things because the cover he did, there's like an all white background, and I debated doing an all white, and I even have like a box that's all white that I could have done it with, but I was just like, I want to just give it a little bit more background. And thankfully, adding the little cookie sheet on the bottom gave it even more depth.
It works well, doesn't it? It is fun sometimes to have like the blank sort of portrait background, if you will, but I do like this one's got a bit of colour in. It's weird, like it wouldn't work as well for a figure picture, would it? It looks good for artwork, but for figure picture, it doesn't. It wouldn't look as good. So yeah, this looks really cool though.
It'd just be standing in a void.
How difficult was it to get Harley to balance with that?
Actually, because I worked with the Scarecrow on this, I leaned the stick against his hat, so thankfully they were all leaning against each other. They were working together to make this one.
Nice. Like Ivy is so horrible to stand up with those stupid feet, isn't she?
That is the one that took the longest because I had to keep find the perfect combination. It's like cracking a safe, trying to move the feet to the correct position.
It's so annoying. Like, I was doing a picture with her this week as well, and she just would not stand. It's so annoying. The new one's the exact same, though, isn't it?
Trying to crack it.
Yeah. The new one's the exact same, though, isn't it? Is that the new one that you've got there?
No, that's the old one. I've the only new figure that I opened from the new wave is Croc. The other ones I haven't. Okay.
Yeah, like that new Ivy does look better, but the fact that she's got the same articulation stuff like that, they haven't improved on any of the bad articulation, that which is just stupid. Well, not even articulation, just the fact that she doesn't stand.
DC Direct didn't improve anything? That's weird.
This one went down very well with everybody, and I can see why. I really enjoy these pictures that you do in the rain. I love the reflections that come off the floor.
That was if you saw me taking that picture, you'd be laughing your head off because the way I was sitting, because it was pouring taking that picture. It rarely rains here because we're in a desert. And I had the umbrella over me, and I was squatting and trying to bounce so I wouldn't drop anything or the camera in the water.
Yeah.
People driving by were getting a good laugh. But These are, just so you know too, these are literally 3 feet outside my front door too. So I'm not going anywhere crazy or outside endangering anyone. And I was wearing a mask, so just so people know. And I thought it turned out well because you can't really see the ab crunching for this figure. That's a big ugliness on the figure.
Yes, it is, and yeah, I'm really excited now for that new one to come out, even despite the ab crunch. But yeah, he did a good job of hiding it. To be fair, in that picture, I didn't even pick up on that. So yeah, it looks fantastic.
I'm glad people liked it, and it's a common problem too. Wash your car.
There we go. And talking of clean, that is a clean picture of Aquaman. An awesome figure. I like the hair on this one.
It gives us some motion, some movement.
Yeah, he just looks seriously angry.
And that one I just posted in front of a pool.
Yeah, it looks terrific, that one.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it. I had to give it some love because I was showing off all the other Beast Kingdom figures except for that one.
Yeah, I've seen some more Beast Kingdom stuff. Seen the Batman there and here as well with Supes.
Yes, and I got in the mood to shoot those after talking to Colt, talking about Beast Kingdom.
Yeah. I do love that Beast Kingdom all black armored Batman they've done. He looks really cool. From BTAS, he looks cool. But their Nightmare Batman is just so bad. I was looking at the. I'm sick of things falling in. But yeah, I was looking at their Nightmare Batman.
Is it released yet?
It is released, yes. Was looking at it and was like, well, what they've done with him is they made him look like he's got a massive tan, but then given him the whitest teeth that you've ever seen. So his face just looks hilarious.
So they didn't run out of Colgate in the apocalypse.
Yeah, Colgate was going well, but they didn't have any face cloths. So
funnily enough, Beast Kingdom blocked me on Instagram.
Oh, really?
They blocked me. Like one day, I just noticed I couldn't tag them in one of their posts, and it's like after I posted a few, I got like 1,000 likes, and I was like, why would they block me? They not only did they lie to us, they just decided to block me right now.
That's weird.
Yeah. Oh well.
But this one I wanted to finish on here. Second Chance.
Yeah.
This is a terrific picture. So when I woke up this morning and saw this picture, I was like, wow, that's fantastic.
And this is a redo of a previous shot I did. I tried doing different things with this one. This one actually took a long time to do. I tried doing one where I isolated the light on Two-Face, like how he looks, and had a light on the back of the figures where it just looked more dreamy. And that came out okay, but I felt like this one just looked more better, like more pleasing to the eye overall. So just go with this, even though it wasn't what I had in mind. It just felt
I love that it's exactly straight as well, so that the line of Two-Face goes straight down the middle of the picture, which is perfect.
Try, and that hair for some reason isn't completely accurate. It's more swept looking, but oh well.
No, I really enjoyed that, and it's a very, very accurate figure, isn't it? That one.
It's one of their best ones that they've ever done.
It really is, yeah. That last wave they did, the fans wave we call it, don't we? But
the fans wave. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely terrific and fantastic week and a half, I would say. Just pictures there.
Thank you. It's definitely been fun doing them and keeping my mind off of other stuff.
Yeah, all the absolutely horrendous stuff going on right now with everyone in isolation.
I went to the store and I was able to get everything I needed. There's even toilet paper on there.
Really?
Yeah, but that's because they're making such strict rules and all that stuff.
Yeah.
At least there are things available.
Yes, and you got limits on how many people can buy so many things and stuff like that there. Yeah. Same here in our country, but yeah, it's been weird, like being at home all the time. Just trying to make the best of it, like doing some figure pictures and passing time.
I saw something where after like everyone said like you could just go out for bare necessities and walk. Someone's like, "This is how it feels to be a dog." Just be around something.
Yeah, it's true. That is actually true.
We want to do the episode review right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's do it.
So today's BTAS episode is the very popular. Everyone knows this episode. Everyone loves this episode. It's Paging the Crime Doctor.
It is, yeah.
It's world renowned. it's a rough one to think of picture wise. Oh hell, you got a horn going in your picture.
Yeah, we had someone is
It's about
leaving
time
their
you
house.
had some car
What's
traffic.
going on?
It's always my end.
It is. I mean, this episode is so difficult. It's the first episode where we're actually doing the podcast. I haven't got a picture ready for it. I honestly don't have a clue of what. I mean, I have an idea, but I don't know if it's going to work. So we'll see. But yeah, it's incredibly difficult. I know you did a brilliant recreation of the title card, which I mean, the title card's freaky as hell. Seeing that as a kid, but
it's way more interesting than the episode.
It is, yeah. There's hardly any main characters, is there? But we do see the return of Big Rupee in this episode.
Yeah, and it's cool, I guess, to learn about a little bit more about him and about his family, I guess.
Yeah.
But what do you think when you first think of this episode? What comes to mind?
It's one of them where it's a bit like POV, where I don't really care for it as a kid, but now growing up, you can kind of appreciate it a little bit more and feel incredibly bad for Matt Thorne, who just completely gets screwed over by his brother.
Yes.
A brother's ruthlessness and selfishness.
You could do a whole DC solo movie on him, make it like the Joker. Yeah. That's a pretty tragic. Yeah. And for me, I think it's one of those episodes where you don't initially want to see it. You see it and you're like, okay, this isn't that bad.
Yeah.
And it is always saved, it feels like, at the end by a great ending with these people.
Yeah. True. The ending is brilliant.
So it's a great way to wrap it up. So we start off the episode with an action scene where we see an armored truck driving, and all of a sudden there's a lights flash behind it. You don't know what it is. It's a cop or ambulance or whatever. But the guy says, "Oh, there's an emergency truck. Let's pull over, or let's let it go by." And the truck pulls up, and you see it's a thug, pulls out a gun, starts shooting at him, and eventually they get what they want from that armored truck, and it's a laser gun.
Yeah.
For surgery, apparently, even though for some reason they could shoot it like a gun and certain things.
I can't imagine what surgery you need to do that, considering it basically cuts you in half when you fire it.
Yeah. You have to be. Can you turn down the levels like on a Star Trek phaser, like the stun?
Perhaps so, yeah, true. Yeah.
No.
Unless you're amputating someone, then there's not much point in it.
And again, this is one of your favorite things. Is one of the main ways they stop this car in the armored truck is with gas. You love the gas.
Batman uses a lot of gas. In this series, they use gas so much. They use it again later in the episode. But yeah, so Batman is trying to fight them off and ends up getting chucked what they believe is into the water, but it isn't. It's onto it like a cable car, isn't it, that goes past?
Trolley thing.
Yeah, and I love how complacent the thugs were. They're like, "Oh, there's been no problem, no cops, no one else here," and then Batman shows up and tries to ruin it for them. But unfortunately for Batman, they do get what they want.
He's running as fast as the car.
Yeah, always makes me laugh. That does. There's two things that always make me laugh about Batman media. It's that in any movie, Batmobile always gets outdone by a truck. It happens in Batman v Superman, and it happens in The Dark Knight as well. And then in animation, Batman is always outrunning or chasing after on foot a truck or a car or something. So yeah, it always makes me laugh, those speed.
But yeah, but after he gets away, and throughout this whole episode, you see they make Batman look very feeble, that's the one thing I didn't like.
True.
But we see that the thugs get away because Batman, he basically is incompetent in this. Besides being super fast, he can't get to him, and he falls off and lands on the trolley. And we see Rupert Thorne get back to his little lair, and we meet Matt Thorne, his brother.
Yeah.
And Rupert's all very triumphant and happy, and he's like, "Hey, we got you that thing you needed, that you wanted." And you can tell Matt's not very happy. He's like, "I want to be a real doctor. Like, I can't keep doing this." And he basically gets in an argument with Rupert Thorne. And then Rupert, basically grabs him, starts yelling at him, like, "All the things I've done for you." And then he seems to have a stroke or a heart attack or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so, he just collapses on the floor, doesn't he, in pain. and Matt rushes to sort of help him. But I like the backstory of this. So it's because Rupert got shot by somebody. He didn't want to go into hospital, and we find out that Matt Thorne is a qualified doctor, so he helped to take the bullet out and then lost his license because of it, because it got found out. And Rupert didn't want it reported, and he didn't want to go into hospital. So it's quite interesting to see how that happened. And Rupert then saying, "Oh, I've done everything for you to help get your license back and that." But ultimately, it was Rupert's fault that this happened. So just shows like the manipulation and like the callous coldness of Rupert Thorne.
Yeah, he doesn't even care the fact that his brother sacrificed everything to save him and just treats him like garbage.
Yeah.
And again, we're seeing where he has to probably save his brother.
Yeah, he's like completely unapologetic about it and actually tries to turn it around on him, which is crazy. But yeah.
Good old Rupert.
Yeah. So then we head over to Batman, who goes over to see Leslie Tompkins, who is still operating out of Park Row, doing some work for the community there, which is fantastic to see. Batman comes in and Bruce, completely faints on the desk, and Leslie's like, "Oh, what the hell's going on here?" And Batman then wakes up and he's got a minor concussion, something that's a massive medical sort of hot point these days, concussion injuries. Everyone's super careful of him, and Leslie says you've got to rest, stay at home all day, stay in bed, and gives these pills to him, take them every 4 hours, make sure you rest. But I don't know why I tell you this advice, because you're going to ignore me anyway, which is predictable, and of course what happens, that's no great surprise.
That's nice to see Leslie Tompkins again.
It is nice to see her again. Yeah, she's a really cool character, and it's fantastic to see that she's still helping out the community in Park Row and still doing a bit after what happened with the even uglier than Rupert Thorne, the absolutely awful. What's his name now? Daggett. That's it, Rowan Daggett. He's even worse than Rupert Thorne, which is saying something.
That is saying something.
Yeah, we now head back over to Rupert Thorne. It's been discovered that he needs an operation near his heart because he's got a tumour that's blocking off.
That sounds so disturbing.
It really does, yeah. I mean, that's a pretty serious operation to have to do. And Rupert's like refusing to go to hospital because there's people that pay a fortune to have him killed, and he doesn't want to do it there, and he wants Matt to do the operation sort of in-house. And Matt's like, well, the only thing that he demands is he needs Leslie Tompkins to help because she's a good surgeon, and they used to work together as well. So it's pretty cool, which we found more about later. But I quite like how Matt, he's even though he's doing an illegal and bad thing, it is also quite good that he's helping people, even if they are bad people. He's still trying to save lives, and he's just trying to make sure that people don't die from injuries and stuff like that, even if they are doing them for the wrong reasons. It shows that at heart that he is a doctor still. Yeah,
and the fact that Rupert's caused him so much grief, and he knows that Rupert's caused him grief, and that he basically has caused him to not be a real doctor. He himself could just be like, "Yeah, sure, I'll operate on you," and not really know what I'm doing. So he's like, "No, I can't even do the operation unless I have someone that's experienced as Leslie Tompkins." So at least he is actually still trying to help his brother, despite all the stuff that Rupert's done to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could easily kill him.
Yeah.
So then Rupert's thugs, they go to get Leslie, and she knows that about Matt and his criminal activities, and so she refuses to go, of course, because she actually has a conscience. And Rupert and Matthew, they allow the thugs to take her by force, and so they go ahead and just grab her. And then we see we're back at Rupert's hideout, and Leslie and Matthew, they're scrubbing up and getting ready, wearing their stuff. And I thought that was funny after he said, like, I need people that are experienced and know what they're doing. He has one of the thugs dressed in a gown, putting on the gloves for him and all that. I thought that was funny. One of the thugs gets promoted to a doctor assistant or nurse.
I love that. Rupert always calls them the boys. Well, I'll send the boys around for her.
I'll send the boys around.
Yeah. I love that. It's brilliant. But yes, so after Leslie's preparing, Bruce is back in the Batcave and he works out that it is Thorne's men that were after the laser. And
Rose?
Rose Industries, as in Thorne. Alfred's like, Alfred comes up with, I can't remember what he says, but it's a sarcastic comment about flowers. Yeah.
Flowers, stuff like that.
Yeah. And so after Bruce has connected that, he then heads over to the sort of in-house doctors where they're performing this operation, and Batman sneaks in. He then gets hit by one of the thugs, and we can see that he's still struggling with the concussion, like his vision's blurred and he's not quite thinking straight. And the thug picks up the medical surgeon's gun thing. I love the noise that this makes as well. It's just such a stereotypical 90s laser noise that it makes. And so the thug starts using the gun, and Batman manages to take him down, which is testimony to how determined he is, even struggling with a concussion. Batman managed to take them down, and we then cut back to see the operation as a success, but they want to get rid of Leslie Tompkins. Before Rupert went down, he told the thugs that Leslie needs to go because she'll talk, and Rupert's not a fan of people that do said talking, so he wants Leslie eliminated. And Matt Thorne's like, oh no, we won't shoot her, we'll give her an injection because it'll look cleaner this way. It'll look like she had a heart attack, which initially looks like a really horrible and cold thing to do, but actually there's method in the madness.
Yes. He eventually looks like he's going to give Leslie the shot, and he's like, "I'm sorry I have to do this," but he gives it to the thug, and the thug is so dramatic and like he's like, "Don't worry, it's just a sedative." It's like, that is the fastest acting sedative ever, and also looks like the most painful. But he goes down. Leslie is technically saved at this point, or at least she's freed from him by him, and her and Matt go on the run, and they start walking, start going through and trying to escape. They eventually get to the roof, and these old crones get their action scene where they get to leap across a building, and if Batman gets no action, at least these guys do.
Yeah.
And they get to jump across the Gotham skylight. Leslie barely makes it, but Dr. Matt Thorne has a hand in helping her back up. And right before she is shot by one of the thugs who's eventually caught up to him, Batman is able to take him down with a grappling hook around the ankles. It feels like he uses all his strength to bring him down, at least the strength that's remaining. And that's where we end at least the action scene. And then we see that Dr. Matt is being held in custody. He looks like he's in an interrogation room, sitting down, and Bruce walks in, Bruce Wayne, and because when he found the picture earlier in the episode, he had no idea that his dad had any connection with any Thorne, let alone that Thorne knew him well. And so we get to see Bruce Wayne go to Matt and ask him, like, "Hey, can you tell me about my father?" Because I didn't really know him too much, obviously. So it's nice that we get to see that ending, and it is touching, and it is cool to see that a guy that had so much misery in his life, that he got to at least add to some joy to a guy that also has a lot of misery in his life by telling his parents.
It is. It's an amazing moment because Matt thinks that he wants to do a dirty job for Wayne Enterprises or something, doesn't he? He's like, just tell me about my father, which is a fantastic moment, and it's a really, really good ending. I'm glad they put that in there and didn't just end the episode after Batman saves them, which they could have easily done. But it's a terrific ending, and Bruce offers to help out with legal costs and put in a good word with the judge and stuff like that, which is good. Shows Bruce Wayne's a good guy. He isn't just like a playboy like some of the people think of him. So I like the ending. It's a really good ending.
Or even his own Bat family thinks of him, because even Nightwing thought he was callous. But then he saw the security guard got a job.
Yeah. Even down to Terry McGinnis, in the epilogue, he thought Bruce was a cold, callous, calculating person, but he isn't. He definitely isn't.
What a great episode.
It is a great episode. What are you going to rate this out of 10?
I would say 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's not crazy good. It has a good ending, strong start, good setup. Yeah. The middle's kind of iffy. There's a lot of drawn out action scenes with just Batman doing this and the old people running around.
It is so true. That is, yeah, the blurred vision parts and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of predictable, isn't it? And yeah, when they head up to the rooftop and stuff like that at the end, you kind of know what's going to happen. It's the ending that makes this so great, this episode.
Yes. Which that's what they were good at, even though it wasn't the strongest offering.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd go with 6.5 as well. Yeah, anything between a 6 and 7 is probably about right. It's the ending that makes it good. It's a pretty straightforward episode, but the end is brilliant. And I like Matt Thorne as a character. I think he's a good character. And
the only time I really see him.
Yeah. It's good to see Big Rupee back as well.
It's always nice to see Rupee.
Yeah, decent episode.
Now, we also have a decent fourth wave to review.
We do.
Figures.
Some pretty good figures this week to review. So we did. It was Tim Drake, Creeper, Harley, and Croc last time, wasn't it? And
Baby
this
doll,
time,
the bonus.
And Baby doll, of course. Yeah, Baby doll, and a snooker cue. Yeah, no, this wave, first one that we have up next.
This one has 3 BTAS figures.
It does. Now I'm going to close my curtain because you're not even going to be able to see the figure if I have that open. So here we go. First, we have Batman. We finally get the original BTAS figure.
Yes, and this isn't my original version. I think this is my original Batman.
Oh, that's nice to see this.
The corpse.
Yeah, battle damaged Batman.
Really bad.
A fantastic figure. I think it looks terrific. It's a shame they didn't get the shading on it on this one at first, but I suppose you can forgive it because it does look very cool.
Yes, and it's a perfect representation of that style figure, which we already saw with the next one. It's not as easy as it looks.
It isn't, no. It comes with a couple of accessories, nothing too fancy. You got a few alternate hands, batarang, grapple gun. Pretty straightforward, really. But it's a great figure. This one, I love the sort of muscle definition. I know a lot of people have criticised it, but I really do enjoy this figure. It looks fantastic.
One head sculpt, closed mouth.
Yeah. But it's a good closed mouth head sculpt. So on the expression pack one, it's kind of slim, the jaw is, which is a bit weird. But on this figure, the jaw's a bit wider. It looks a bit more accurate. I don't know why on the expression pack one it's so slim. It's really weird. But on this one, they nailed it.
We didn't see another face sculpt. We didn't see the grimace mouth until the Mask of the Phantasm 2-pack.
Yeah, I love that grimace mouth. It's brilliant. It's my favourite one.
I remember some people on the first go, there were some people that didn't get the teeth put on it, so it just looked like a glob.
Oh, no way. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I remember people sending me pictures like, did yours look like this? Like, no. Thank goodness.
Oh, that was brilliant. This figure is an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, and it has ankle rockers. It has good articulation. No boot cut. Decent enough articulation on the arms. I mean, nothing too crazy. Moves at the waist. No ab crunch.
No, sadly not. No, I'm joking. It's much better that they haven't got it in there, and the waist. I don't think the waist does. Oh, it does twist. There we go. Yeah, waist does twist on the original one, which is great. Yeah, I go an 8 out of 10. What do you reckon for that one?
Definitely 8 or 9 out of 10 because it is the OG. I'm sure people are waiting for this, and I remember this is the line where I officially was like, "I'm all in." This, especially with the Riddler figure, I love that figure.
Because you've got both versions of Robin and the New Adventures Batman by this point, hadn't you? But the original Batman hadn't come out, so I can imagine it was a massive excitement when this one got shown.
Yes. What's the next figure we want to do?
Next one, we have the very snobby Riddler.
Yeah. With his
I mean, he's amazing.
His smirk is something else. It looks just perfect for his character.
If patronizing was an expression, this would be the expression. He is just so cool, isn't he, Riddler?
And a very pricey figure to get now, I believe.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. He's perfect representation. And you've got it's one of my favourite accessories that it ever comes with, which is the Wacko Toys stand.
Oh yeah, and I just dropped his cane or his staff, or whatever.
I mean, that's so freaking cool, and all of them removed from the base as well, which is awesome. Well, with a bit of heat, they will. They don't remove them very easily, but yeah, it's such a fantastic accessory, and I love that they've got quite a few accessories for this one. You got all the alternate hands, you got a cane, and then the stand as well. You got more accessories to this figure than you do out of most of the figures in this wave.
And it might not have the ankle rockers or any crazy articulation, but the Riddler doesn't need crazy articulation.
Yeah.
And they did it to a perfect T of how he looks on the show again.
I mean, the leg bend is pathetic. That's as much as his leg bends. Arm bends that much, which is not too bad.
Decent.
But like you say, you don't need articulation with a figure like this. It's not important, really.
Apparently, I don't need the staff either. It's just
yeah, he's a cracking figure, the Riddler is. I'm going to go for a 9 out of 10 for this guy. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Especially just because his episodes are classic. He's a classic.
Yeah.
He looks
the
way
design's
better than
perfect.
Yeah. The redesign is just not as good as that.
Yeah. He looks epic. Riddler does. And then next we've got the chubby, round penguin.
With the fine Roman nose.
The fine Roman nose and the fantastic little eye glass thing.
Which a lot of people customized because they weren't too happy with it.
No, yeah, true.
I actually like.
Yeah, I do quite like it as well. I think it looks better than them trying to artificially put an eye on the actual glass, because from certain angles it looked really stupid.
Yeah, really.
But he's a terrific figure. I can remember getting this penguin, and when I opened it, I was blown away by how cool he looks. I mean, it was like 30 quid in Forbidden Planet at the time, so I felt kind of bad buying it. But then when I got him out of the packet, I was like, nah, he's awesome.
Yes, and here's his 2 umbrellas. Who would the penguin be? What would he be without umbrella?
Yeah.
Because they closed and open.
And then you managed to find the spoon for the...
Oh, yeah. And he also has this very tiny teacup and a very tiny spoon, which I honestly am surprised I haven't lost at this point.
This one's from the Batman in the Basement, isn't it? This episode.
Yeah,
I think I'm pretty sure it's from that one when he has the cup and the spoon.
I definitely have to stick with Mad Hatter picks.
Yeah, with the vulture in that episode as well. Yeah, Scrap or Percival for some reason, as he calls it in that. I don't know why. One episode it got renamed, and then the rest of it was Scrap.
Maybe he was a dead. It was a replacement bird.
Yes, indeed. But then fine. Actually, we haven't rated Penguin. What do you think?
I would say 9, just because it's a perfect representation of him.
Yeah, 9's pretty fair.
Plastic.
His articulation's non-existent, but you don't buy him for that, do you? He's
no.
Epic figure. Yeah, I'm happy to go with a 9 as well. He looks brilliant. Yeah, really do like this figure. I love his hands as well. His hands are so perfect.
Just like the
flip. His flippers. Yeah, fantastic figure, that one. And then finally we have Batgirl.
TNBA back.
I mean, this is a pretty stunning looking figure.
It really, I mean, it looks great. The paint apps are great. The articulation is good. This version that I'm holding right now is the Gotham Girls Night Out version, but
same here.
I think this one has a little bit more articulation than the original, but not much. I think it's only like a boot cut and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
the painting is a little bit better on the head sculpt as well, isn't it, on this one? Yeah, I don't know what it is about these parts. Like the Harley's the same as well. From that, the accessories that she comes with though are dreadful. Now,
Yeah, it's very dreadful.
Look at the grapple, and that's just so lazy.
Yeah, she's yellow. Just paint it yellow.
I find that so lazy. She comes with a batarang and a grapple gun that is like a default black colour. Just there you can see.
Again, lazy because they didn't even make that one yellow.
Yeah,
they didn't want to stick to it.
I can't believe how. I mean, that really is infuriating. They did the same thing for the Robin as well. Like, it's just so lazy.
I thought I got a misprint because like how others got a weird smile or no smile on one. I thought mine was like a faulty one.
Yeah,
I'm glad it's
so bad. Like that, they might as well not bother giving you that accessory if they're just going to do that because you can't really use it. It's not very accurate.
It looks weird. It looks like just two long fingers coming out of her hand like Wolverine.
Yeah, it's so bad. But luckily, the figure itself is very, very cool. I can't wait till she gets re-released. Looking forward to that because Batgirl looks awesome. I love all the new Adventures characters, but for that grapple gun and the fact that she is virtually impossible to stand up sometimes, I'm going to give this one a 7.
Yeah, I would say a 7.5 for the first release, especially because, like you said, the paint's better on the other releases. So the first one's kind of like, why did they bother if they're going to release this again? And that's if the only reason they would do that is if the accessories of the first ones are that great. But like you said, they're not. So yeah, I would say a 7 to 7.5, just because the paint and stuff looks cool, but no accessories, hard to stand, not very photogenic because there's no real good paint and. Yeah.
You can't move ahead either because of a hair. Well, you can a little bit, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
Like, even when you move it to the side and stuff, it just doesn't look natural, really. It's just kind of weird. But, yeah, I suppose that's not massively their fault. Like, there's not much they can do about that. It's Bruce Timm's fault. But
you kind of need it, though, for Over the Edge. Such a classic episode.
Yeah, true. But yeah, she is a great fit. I love the look of the figure. It's just other things beside that, like the accessories are pretty poo.
I don't know if you can see, but because the hair is so close, like I'm starting to get chipping on the paint of the.
True. Yeah, got the exact same thing there. The yellow's coming through on the cape, which is annoying.
But it is a cool costume design overall.
The costume design's amazing, isn't it? I love the black and yellow costume, or the black and gold, like the Arkham Knight Batgirl.
And the contrast
just looks so cool. Yeah,
yellow cape.
Looks awesome. I mean, I love the original design for Batgirl from the animated series, but I think the new Adventures one looks so good. It just gives her own look.
Definitely, and it just makes more sense too. Like she'd blend in other night.
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah.
Minus the yellow. She's like floating hands and boots.
Yeah, she's terrific, and I do love taking pictures of this Batgirl. Don't do it often enough, but I've been trying to a bit more recently. Yeah, she's a really cool looking figure.
Now, what do you rate her?
I'd go for a 7. Yeah, go for a 7.
A 7.
Yeah, I'd go for a 7. I think the new one is going to be outstanding when that comes out. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I hope the shading one's a lot better. But I guess that's the wave.
That is the wave, yeah. It's one of the higher rated waves we've had. I think that's the highest rated since the first wave.
A lot of accessories still that they're pumping out.
Yeah, absolutely.
They haven't slowed down.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to just have a look at what we've got coming up next in our figure reviews. I know episode-wise we've got Zatanna coming up next, which is a fantastic episode.
I never tired of that.
Yeah, it's a great episode, that one. And Zatanna's a cool character. Oh, we got a brilliant wave coming up next. We've got Roxy Rocket, Nightwing, New Avengers Bane, and New Avengers Scarecrow. That's going to be a pretty high-rated wave, I think.
Oh, man, I'm getting super nostalgic thinking of that wave. I can remember buying that whole wave.
Oh, nice.
Except for Roxy Rocket. That one I got way later. But I remember the other three.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool wave. It's an all-new Avengers wave as well, which is quite a rarity.
Gotta love Nightwing.
Nightwing's awesome. He's one of my favourite characters from the whole series. But yes, looking forward to it. And just to touch on the new wave coming out in about how many days we're looking at now? Not I'm counting, but it's 18 days away.
If nothing changes.
Wave. If nothing changes, yeah. Hopefully it won't. I think they're still releasing stuff on time. I know DC Collectibles are still releasing statues and stuff like that, no problem.
Oh, good.
On schedule. So yeah, so I don't think there'll be any problems. All the sites are still saying the same for pre-order. I got in touch with Comics and Cocktails, who are a brilliant website in the UK. I've pre-ordered Azrael and Red Hood from there, and yeah, they still say the same. You know, they're getting the stock in and that. So yeah, looking forward to that. Very excited.
Well, hopefully DC's motivated to not lose any business during this time, so they will be working hard.
Yeah, that's it. I think they'll almost be forced into it because they've all the stores are closed and that. So I think websites are going to make a lot of money on some of these figures, which is really nice actually. Some of these websites, especially in the UK, you know, they work hard to get this stock in because it's not always easy to get a hold of. So it's nice that they're going to pick up some good sales from it, which is fantastic. So yeah, looking forward to getting those. So we've got Azrael and Red Hood coming out. This is provisionally, obviously it could change, but it's the 29th of April. And then after that, we've got, I think it's August is the date, or changes depending on what website you go on. So I've got May here on Comics and Cocktails, but then when you look on like Forbidden Planet, and I think the Savvy as well, they're down for August for Deathstroke, and then the Fat Man, Armored Fat Man. So yeah,
with the awesome head.
Yeah, I mean Deathstroke's going to be in the next comic, isn't he? Of The Adventures Continue. At least that's what the cover's provisionally shown as. So that's going to be interesting. So we're looking forward to seeing that.
It is pretty great timing. It is cool that they have the comic book going with it. That definitely brings the excitement, and also makes you even more excited to get the figures.
Oh, you know, I wasn't that excited about Red Hood, but having read that comic and I watched Under the Red Hood last night for only the second time, it's so good, and I can't wait to get Red Hood now.
Especially like that last 20 minutes.
Yeah, oh, man, it's so good. Like, I love the gadgets that Red Hood has, and his brutality as well. It'd be just such a fascinating character. How he's just when he turns around to Batman, he's like, you can't stop crime in Gotham. I realised this a long time ago, but you can control it, and I think that's just such a brilliant character.
That is a good line. That's a great,
epic character. But yes, there's only one more thing to do before we leave.
Figure of the week.
Indeed.
What is yours, Scott?
Oh, you beat me to it. You beat me to it. Okay, it is this guy. I've loved taking pictures of him this week. Excited by the new comic and excited by the new figures coming out. And this guy is one of my favourite Batmen. So, yeah, New Adventures Batman by DC Directs or DC Collectibles. I can't wait for his repaint. He's going to look sick.
And that is the Batman that we have in our current animated timeline.
Yeah.
That we're living in.
Yeah. I mean, he's just such an imposing figure. I got the different cape on him than what I had last time now as well. Both capes look mint. Grapple gun accessory looks cool. Head sculpt's perfect. And yeah, the new version is going to look even better. Which I'm really excited.
Hopefully he has the two capes again.
Hope so, yeah. Because he's got the...
Then I'll get it easier.
He's supposed to have shading, isn't he, on the cape? It is the new one that's going to be coming out. It's going to look so cool. The only thing I'm disappointed in is they didn't colour the inside of the cape like in the dark grey, which would have been cool, but never mind. We can't have everything.
No, especially we're just lucky DC's doing anything.
You have a point there. You have a point there. But yeah, he's going to be a spectacular re-release him. Very much looking forward to that. How about you? What's your figure of the week?
My figure of the week.
That's a cracking choice.
A retro throwback homage figure from Mattel, one of the last few that they released. It's fun looking at him. He gives me a lot of nostalgic vibes, and he'll have to do, in terms of my Batman 89 figures, till the new Figure Arts one. Yeah.
He looks very cool, and you've got the original one of him as well, haven't you, which is pretty neat.
Oh, yeah. Where is he? Well, this is him without a cape.
Oh, that's awesome, that is.
I lent his cape to this one.
Both amazing figures. Those original Kenner 89 figures are just so cool.
This one has more of the Keaton look, but he has a really fat. Yeah. It's funny looking now.
Yeah,
I didn't really know
terrific
as a child.
No, they're amazing figures. They are fantastic choice for figure of the week as well.
And I have to do a lot of retro ones with no new figs coming out for at least 12 days.
Yeah. It's weird. Like there's supposedly loads of figures coming out in May, though, isn't there? We're supposed to be getting the Adventures Continue first recolors with like Joker and stuff like that, supposedly, and Batman, and then we've got the McFarlane stuff like the Wonder Woman wave and the Arkham wave. So God knows what's going to happen though with this virus. Hopefully the virus clears up soon and everyone's staying safe. Most important thing is everyone's healthy and safe. So hopefully everyone can remain in lockdown and stay out of the way of this absolutely horrific virus.
Yeah, and if they do go out, wear a mask.
Yes, yeah.
That's the one thing is that people say they feel fine. It's like, yeah, well, you could be asymptomatic and you could feel nothing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Be a hero. When can you say that people are asking you to wear a mask? That's awesome.
Yeah.
You get to wear a cool mask.
Nobody cared who they were before they put on a mask.
Exactly.
I can't do the Tom Hardy voice.
I felt powerful wearing that Bane mask like I'm around.
Awesome.
All that mattered was my plan to get groceries. That's
yeah, stay away from the people.
The people. Well, that's our show this week. Got any final words?
Thanks for everyone for listening in. Check out some of the guest episodes. It was fantastic fun having everybody on. We're on YouTube as well as Anchor, Apple Podcasts, all the rest of it. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoy our themes. Hopefully you enjoy Tyler's episodic pictures. And yeah, any questions or requests for the show, do get them sent in to us.
Yes, please. And it was also funny. I looked on Google Podcasts. I searched our name in to see if we were on there, and we were. And one of our episodes where we dropped a few F-bombs was rated explicit. So that's funny. Someone's listening.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Awesome. I'm going to check that out now.
Yeah, so I echo Scott. Thank you guys for listening. It's always cool, especially seeing the pictures that you guys are listening or just saying that you enjoyed the episode. And yeah, we have a lot of guest episodes that we made for a few weeks of not having one. So go check those out. We have a great back catalog, and check out and enjoy the rest of the themes this weekend. If you're listening to it during the weekend, where you could see Scott post things that aren't DC, which is rare, very rare.
Very sorry to everybody who's following, hoping for Batman stuff. Very sorry.
The comments are funny. This isn't DC. So enjoy that because it probably won't happen again. Yeah, thank you for listening, and we'll be back again soon. Have a good day.